Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I post a video at least twice a week. Lately it's been about 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today I'm going to do a thrift store haul with you guys. This is the second thrift store haul video I have done, and the first one was pretty receptive, so I'm hoping y'all will enjoy this one as well. So that is coming up. Hey guys, so for the past couple days I've been going to thrift stores and trying to cope with my awful week. And so, you know, my favorite way to cope is to buy a bunch of stuff. So I do have quite a bit of stuff today that I want to show you, but I've gone to several different thrift stores. So this is what I've got. So the first thing I found were a couple of things of fabric. So this one's kind of like a blue jean fabric, and it was 79 cents, and I got a quarter of a yard, but that's really all I need. I can make a journal cover or whatever with that. And then this is 5/8 of a yard, and this is just so pretty. I couldn't leave it behind. And it has like this is my favorite green, like a sea green in there. So that one's fun. The next thing I found were, of course, a bunch of doilies. This one was 40 cents, a little crochet doily. And I typically like to use these on the outside cover of my journals. And this is a little hanky that I found. So pretty. So cute. And this was a $1 doily. And it's just plain, like lemon-shaped doily. And I thought that would be a really cool thing to put on a cover, so I picked that up as well. And then these were 2 for $3. They're the same, but that's good, because if I screw one up, then I can always have another. But those are just really pretty. I love the simple little embroidered designs on the sides of them. So those are the doilies that I picked up. Nothing too crazy. Because I have a ton of doilies, but these will probably end up in a digital kit on my shop here pretty soon. The next thing I found, which was just a gem, I was so excited, were some eyelet trims. These are vintage eyelet trims, all different kinds. There's some rickrack in here too, and some pretty lace, but I really wanted it for the eyelet trim because it's expensive, especially vintage. So I picked this up for, I think, $2. And this one as well came from the same little shop, and she had a bunch of seam binding in here. There's some really pretty green lace. That's what sold me. There's also some really, I should just take it out. Y'all can't see in the bag. This pretty lace is so pretty. And then there's also some blue lace in here as well. So anytime I see really pretty lace, I'm sold immediately. And on the lace note, I also found a whole lot of ribbon. Wait, I'm not done. Like a whole lot of ribbon of all different colors. So there's blues, there's greens, there's some neutral colors, which is typically what I like to use. And I'll typically just put them on my tags, but on a few occasions I have made like a little weave through the page, and that's really, it turns out really pretty, especially if you put grommets in your page and then thread it through the, like weave it through the page. It's really pretty. So I was thinking that I might want to do that in one of my newer journals, but I end up with a lot of black and white and cream colored, so I wanted to grab a few more colors as well. So all that ribbon. And then there's also this really cool metallic trim, and it's just really shiny and pretty, and it looked like chain, so I thought that was really cool. And then the last little bit of trim that I picked up is this. This is almost like a pearl necklace kind of thing, and I thought that this would be really pretty on like a tassel or something like that, although you could use this just like you would regular ribbon, and it would be really pretty. So I picked some of that up for 35 cents. And then the last little fabric related thing I got was this Applique It was 29 cents and it was pretty. I like to use these in collages and things like that, so I'll just glue them on. It's an iron-on applique, but I'll just glue it on. And those are really pretty. So the next thing I found were some vintage buttons. And I just liked the way they looked. They're kind of like ribbed on the top and they're vintage, so I got those. And then I got these fun little, almost like kid-like buttons in all different little colors. And of course with buttons I can use them for collaging, or I can put them on the binding threads when I bind the book. So buttons are always a good thing to have a lot of. Another thing that I like to look out for, and that I found several of today, are metal jewelry elements. I like to use these kind of things in my mixed media projects. And basically, I'll just glue a bunch of pieces like this together onto a cover or something and then paint over them. I may do that with this one, I'm not sure, but I just picked it up because it was 49 cents and I know I can use this in multiple different ways. If not, just collage it. It's always really fun to see metal pieces in a collage. And here's some more. These have some Chinese writing on them, so I don't have a clue what it says, but it's really cool looking. So if you can see that. So there's that. And then I also found these little wooden appliques, which I will use in a mixed media cover at some point in the future. These are always good to have. I also found, and this was not on a trip that I took today, but I also found a bag full of really old soda caps. And these are so old that they have the corks in them still, which is so cool. So cool. I like to use this kind of stuff for the things that I dangle off of the side, like on the tassel of a journal. I just think that it just adds so much interest to the tassel. Another thing that I was thinking I would try to add to a tassel are spoons. So I picked up a few of these little baby spoons that I found at a thrift store. And I think this one is a collectible spoon, but this one is just like a little baby spoon. Or maybe it's a collectible too. Yeah, it is. It says Illinois. But still, you know, they're small enough and light enough that I could hang them from the side of a journal, and that would give the tassel a lot of interest. So picked those up as well. Of course, I also picked up a few books. This is an old, looks like a journal, and the cover of it I was drawn to first, but then I realized that it was like a journal on the inside, so I can use these pages from the inside as well as the cover. I love this. So I picked that up. I'm running out of room. I got too much stuff. And then the little golden book, A Day at the Zoo, which has some really cute little pictures in it, and kind of ties in with an idea that I have going right now. I'm just trying to gather some supplies for it. So this is just really cute. It has some really cute pictures, and I love making little golden book journals. They're fun to make. So that's that. And then I also picked up this little booklet. Either I will use the individual little cards and put those in a journal and you know, embellish them and make them into something fun for a collage, or I may actually use this. I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet, but I picked it up anyway. It was $1 and I'll figure something out with that. Okay, so the next few things that I found these little cards. I am working on a baby journal right now. So these little cards were perfect. So I picked up these little cards and they're so cute. They're just so precious. So I don't know. I haven't decided. Maybe I'll do a unisex one. Maybe I'll do a baby girl one. If I do a baby girl one, obviously I have to do a baby boy one. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if this is going to go in there or not, but I think they're adorable. On the last thrift store haul, I showed a tag that was made by a lady that sells them at a thrift store, and I went back and got another because I love them so much. And every time I go, there's new ones there. So I love this. And this kind of ties into my zoo book, so I guess you're kind of getting an idea of what I plan on doing. But that is just so cute, and I had to get it. It says start where you are, so I love this. And then I also found a little bookmark, and it's an Egyptian bookmark, and I'm kind of into the historical journal kind of vibe. I sold the 2 historical journals that I had, but I really like digging back in history and finding things that I'm inspired by, and obviously Egyptians are inspiring to me, so I will probably end up making an Egyptian journal at some point. This is just so cool. And it has like the hieroglyphic alphabet on here, so that's really cool. And King Tut and his wife, which I think was his sister. But that's fine. You know, that was a long time ago. So, yeah, so I may make an Egyptian type journal someday. All right, so the next thing I found, which I actually did some of on the thrift store haul, the previous thrift store haul that I did, was I found another one of these cards at the same thrift store, and so I got the one that says train. This one was actually quite a bit cheaper than the other ones. Those other cards that I had were so expensive. It's worth it. It's worth it to me. So I picked that one up. That one was 50 cents. And then I picked one of these up, the little lotto cards, and it was blue, and I have a bunch of green ones, so I liked the blue. And then I also found these little music cards, which are super cool, and they're little music flashcards, and these were the only 2 that I could find, so we got number 56 and number 62, so if anybody has the rest of them, I am interested, just saying. Oh, so back on the mixed media ideas, we have these little jewelry components and the little wood appliques and whatnot, but another thing that I really love to look for is old jewelry, and this came from Goodwill, and it is full of jewelry, like full of it. And I will most likely take some of this stuff apart, if not keep it, because some of it's really pretty, or just too bulky to put on a journal. But this has a ton of little beads and things that you could use. Let me see if I can, like this little key here, for example. This little key would be perfect on the side of a journal. So I like to use old jewelry as much as possible. It's just kind of one of those things that I like to repurpose. I personally end up with a lot of broken jewelry to take apart and play with. Look at that, that's so cute. A little angel. But that's because people know that I made jewelry. I've made jewelry for like 10 years, so they know I will do something with it. But you can find this kind of stuff at thrift stores or at Goodwill. You can find all kinds of jewelry. Look at that, that's a little baby shoe. That looks like that should go on the boy baby journal. So, yeah, so there's that. Almost done, guys, almost done. So the next thing I have I found some stencils. A stencil. I also found some stamps. This one is like a fence, I guess, just like a little background stamp. And then all of these cute little stamps, Route 66, some paisleys, some little fairy princess things, and little note pages. I just thought this was really cute. So I picked that one up as well. And then I also picked up this one. This one was a little bit more expensive, but I think it's because they're the rubberback stamps. But it has a little sand dollar and dragonflies. I love dragonflies. And some flowers and some pretty leaves. So I picked that one up from Goodwill. So there's that. So the last thing from thrift stores that I want to mention is when I buy these things, I tend to get some extra things that I did not purchase, such as these little pins, safety pins, right? And these were hanging from the hanky when it was hung up in the store. It was hanging on the hanky. So I will keep these, obviously. and I will make, either I will put some tiny beads on it and hang it from a journal, or I will use it in some mixed media project, or I'll wrap some fabric around them. So I never throw stuff like this away. The other thing that I got that I did not pay for was this paper bag. You can make all kinds of stuff with this, like, for example, a pocket, which is actually a double pocket because you got this one here and then you got this one back here once you open this. So you can make 2 pockets out of that, or you can take the paper cover and make a soft cover journal out of this. So I just keep literally everything that they give me. I will keep it and use it somehow. So I just wanted to throw that out there as a side note, that even that stuff is gold to me. And then the last thing that I wanted to show you guys, because I think it's so cool, is my sister just went to Paris a couple of weeks ago, and she brought me back something that was, you know, it's not much, but it's really cool to me because I make junk journals and I use old tickets and things like that. So she brought me some tickets, some like when she went to museums and train tickets. This is a train ticket here. I just love these. So I'll probably be throwing these into a journal, or maybe throwing them on an ephemera pack, because, like, look at the pictures on these things. These are awesome. These are like the coolest tickets I've ever seen. So she knows that I love stuff like this, and she brought these home for me from Paris. This is what I got from Paris, but I am happy with this. This makes me excited. So yeah, all of this I got at just a few thrift stores for very little money. I mean, I think I spent less than $30 on all of this stuff. So I just wanted to hopefully give you some ideas on some of the things that I like to look for. I try to think of a wide range of projects. I typically don't like to buy something unless I know I can use it for at least 5 different things, or, you know, 5 times in the same thing. If I know I'm going to make several of something, then I will buy it. Otherwise, I leave it behind. So there are a ton of things that I've left behind that I thought were really cool, but I just won't use them like I want to. So that's kind of my rule of thumb when I go shopping. And if I sound like I'm really stuffed up in this video, it's because my cat is down here and I'm allergic to her. So I apologize for that. But I hope you got something out of this video. I hope it was inspiring to you. And if you have any ideas on any of the stuff that I showed in this video, please leave it in the comment section below, because sometimes I just need a little bit of inspiration and you guys help me with that. That's all I've got for today, and thanks for watching. Bye.